My mother was a social worker. My father was a union leader, predominantly of low-wage workers. So social activism, political activism was something that I grew up in. My mother essentially grew up homeless. She moved dozens of times when she was a girl. And my parents, immediately after the war, their first home was in public housing in New York City. So I personally know how important, from a family point of view, safe, affordable, clean housing is. I always knew I wanted to do something in the nonprofit or the public service area, but I also felt it was very, very important to understand the private sector, because I felt you could really get the most done when you had the public sector, the private sector, the nonprofit sectors all working together. So I started out doing work in economic development and real estate in New York City, but in the private sector. I was involved in the redevelopment of downtown Brooklyn. I and my friends were watching what was going on in the streets, which was massive homelessness. And we all felt like we wanted to do something. So I got together with some friends of mine, and we conceived of and founded the New York Cares volunteer organization to facilitate working people to get involved in any type of services they wanted, working with kids, working with the elderly, working with homebound. And New York Cares has grown from an idea that we had in 1987 to the largest volunteer organization, local volunteer organization in the country, and it's also worldwide now. There are New York Cares or hands-on organizations in every major city in America, and also overseas in Tokyo and in London and in Berlin and all over the place. So that came from an idea, but an idea that sprung out of an interest in really working in the nonprofit sector.